come in, sit down. How are you?
Fine.
Good.
And you?
Oh, I'm fine too, thank you for asking. Thank you for asking, Emma. And how are things at work?
They're good.
Tell me.
Well, I'm settling in well. My sales figures started out average, but have been improving. Yes, I think it's all going very well. Thank you.
Good. And the office?
The office?
The office. You get on with everyone?
Yes?
No problems, no arguments,
No.
disagreements?
About what?
Oh, anything.
Well, I mean, I have disagreed with some views about sales, about our approach.
You have.
Yes, but it's a part of my job, you know? We all express our opinions.
And then you come to some kind of consensus.
Yes.
And the work continues down that agreed route.
Yes.
You have disagreements with others in the office, but they are resolved amicably.
Amicably, yes.
So you're all friends.
No, I wouldn't consider them all friends, but we get along.
I see. Well, that all sounds fine. Emma,
Yes?
I wanted to remind you of something. This is the contract you first signed when you joined the company.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Did you read it before you signed it?
Yes.
Good. Have a look at page 3, will you? Paragraph 5. Does it start no employee, officer, or director?
No employee, officer, or director, yes.
Can you read it, please? Can you read it out loud, please, so we can discuss it?
Sorry. No employee, officer, or director of the company shall engage with any other employee, officer, or director of the company in any relationship which is wholly, predominantly, or partly of a nature which could be characterized as sexual or romantic, without notifying the company of said relationship, activity, or act.
Do you remember that paragraph?
Yes.
You read it?
Yeah, I think, yes, I did.
Good. It exists to safeguard against unfair or discriminatory behavior, to ensure against favoritism.
Sorry, I don't understand.
I just wanted to draw it to your attention,
Why?
in case you had forgotten to read it.
Well, what made you think I had?
We all miss parts of contracts sometimes.
Oh, so this is just normal practice, you remind everyone?
Oh, everyone? No.
Why me then? Are you implying something's
No.
going on between me and someone else in the company?
No, because you would tell me if it were. Wouldn't you?
Yes.
Good.
Sorry, obviously I don't understand.
I think you do. You've read it over out loud, and we both heard you, so that's all right now. It's all very clear, isn't it?
Yes?
Good. Would you like to take this opportunity to talk to me about anything else?
No?
Good. Well, that's all then. Thank you.
Right, okay. Thank you.
Emma, come in. Sit down. How are you?
Fine.
Since we last spoke? Good?
Yes.
Oh, good. And the office? All still friends?
Getting on with everyone, yes.
Everyone's friends.
Well, as I said before, I wouldn't consider them all friends.
What would you call them?
Colleagues?
Co-workers?
No, colleagues.
You merely have a working relationship with them.
Not all of them. Some of them I would consider friends.
And the others you would describe as colleagues. They're all either friends or colleagues.
Or both.
Or both. Yes, good. That's all as it should be.
Good.
Do you remember what we spoke about before?
Yes.
And have you got anything to tell me now?
About what? About relationships at work?
Just romantic or sexual relationships. Relationships per se are not my concern. I mean, we all have those, don't we?
So, romantic or sexual relationships at work. Have I had any? Is that what you want to know?
Yes.
No, I haven't. I would have told you.
I thought it might have slipped your mind.
Why? Are you saying something's going on?
Going on?
Yes.
Something romantic or sexual?
Yes.
No, I'm not saying anything like that. No.
Well, I've got a boyfriend.
That's not my concern.
No, well, you're implying that I'm up to something with someone else in the company, and I'm just saying you don't have to worry because I've already got a boyfriend.
No, Emma, you're wrong. I'm not saying anything. I'm not implying anything. I'm simply asking if you want to tell me anything.
Well, I don't.
That's fine.
I'm not really sure what you called me in here for.
Just a chat.
All right?
Do you know what we mean by romantic?
Jesus.
I'm sorry, are you all right, Emma?
Yes.
Good. Do you know what we mean by romantic?
Yes.
You are aware of our definition.
You have a definition of your own?
Yes. The company. Do you want to read it?
Do I need to?
Have you seen it before?
No.
Well, then maybe you should.
Oh, do you want me to read this out loud too?
Why not?
In using the term romantic, the company defines romantic as the following: any gesture, indication, communication, verbal or otherwise, appearance, message, understanding, or organized meeting or event which is perpetrated with a view to advancing the relationship towards love. Yes?
Is that all clear to you?
Perpetrated?
Yes.
That doesn't sound at all romantic to me.
Well, when you or I use the term romantic, we mean only a general idea, a feeling, a warmth, maybe, a vague possibility. But the use of the word in the contract, it has legal implications in the event of an incident coming to our attention. So I'm sure you agree that it is best the word is carefully defined.
It's quite a broad definition.
No, it's precise. Perpetrated with a view to advancing a relationship toward love. Very precise.
Could mean anything, though.
No. If you were to put your hand on my arm, would that be romantic?
Yes.
No, because it is obvious and deliberate. It is out of context. You may put your hand on anyone for any number of reasons. That is not definitively romantic. That is not advancing the relationship toward love.
Oh.
But if we were out in the office with everyone else, and I asked you if you wanted a coffee from the machine,
Is there anyone else in the room?
yes, lots. Everyone else.
But you only ask me if I want the coffee.
Correct.
Well, I suppose there's no other way of reading that, so by your definition, that would be considered romantic.
Yes. Is that all clear now?
Pretty much.
We could run it over
No,
again.
it's okay. It's clear. Thank you.
So, bearing that in mind, is there anything you want to tell me?
No.
All right.
Is that all then?
Yes.
Thank you.
Emma, come in. Sit down. How are things?
Fine.
Good, good. Fine, good. And in the office, still getting on with everyone?
Yes.
You still have your friends and your colleagues?
My friends and my colleagues.
Yes.
Yes, my friends and my colleagues. Thank you.
Good. Now, what I wanted to talk to you about is Darren Glenister.
Okay.
Do you know Darren?
Yes, he works in my office.
Would you say that by your definition he is a colleague,
Yes.
but not a friend?
Look, I don't mean to be rude.
Of course.
I don't mean to be rude, but I don't need to tell you who my friends are, do I? There's nothing in the contract about that.
No, but I mean, no. You're quite right, of course. You don't have to tell me. I was just making conversation.
See,
That's fine.
so what did you want to ask me about Darren?
Do you think you work well with him?
Yes.
You do.
Yes.
And there's nothing you want to tell me about Darren?
No?
I see. It's just Darren. Darren has come to see me. And he has told me you went out to dinner.
He has?
Yes.
Oh.
So would you like to tell me anything?
No?
Are you sure? Bearing in mind what Darren has said? Bearing in mind what we discussed before?
Look, I don't really know why Darren has told you we went out for dinner.
So you're saying you didn't go out for
No,
dinner?
I'm not saying we didn't go out for dinner. I'm just saying I don't know why he's told you.
He said he thought it was romantic.
He did?
Yes.
Well, I didn't.
I see.
If I had thought we had done something, anything romantic, I would have told you, as we discussed, as in the contract. But as far as I'm concerned, I've never done anything romantic with Darren Glenister.
Right.
If anything were to happen, I would tell you.
Yes.
But it hasn't, so don't worry.
Right. Well, I'll have Darren back in and tell him you did not think it was romantic. See what he says. Maybe we can come to some consensus on it.
All right.
Well, I think that's everything.
Awesome.
And Emma, I'd be grateful if you didn't speak to Darren about this. We don't want to muddy the water.
You don't want me to speak to him?
Not about this. No. I think it's best to keep things clear at this stage until it's all sorted out.
All right.
Well, thank you.
So are you going to speak to him today?
Possibly. Well, I think that's everything. Thank you.
Thank you.
Emma, come in. Sit down. How are you?
Good. Have you spoken to Darren yet?
Yes, I have. Unfortunately, he is convinced that it was romantic and therefore he should be telling me. He seems quite agitated about it and has given me a few details to discuss with you.
Okay.
Apparently, there was a candle on the table. Is that it? No, it's not just that. Please, Emma, let me finish. He says there was a substantial amount of eye contact and that you, on a number of occasions, touched his arm. He goes on, after you had left the club and were in the taxi, you put your hand on his inner thigh, which caused him to become aroused. After you got out of the taxi, you kissed him goodbye on the cheek. This then became mouth-to-mouth kissing. You put your tongue inside his mouth, and he did the same. Is this all true?
I'm not saying that it is true or it isn't true. All I'm saying is that I don't think that any of that would necessarily be considered romantic.
You don't?
No, because according to your definition, all of those acts might have been perpetrated not to increase the love in the relationship,
No.
but to attract the other person into having sex.
I see, but then that would be a sexual relationship.
No, because nothing in your description were technically sexual acts. Nothing went that far.
I see. So you're saying these acts may simply have been done for the purpose of achieving sex, that they were not in any way done out of love.
Well, they might have been. I wouldn't know. I'm speaking hypothetically.
I see. Well, thank you for your suggestions. I will put these to Darren. That these acts that he misconstrued as being to do with emotion or love, I will tell him that you think these acts may simply have been done to lure him into having sex. That there was no romance at any stage of the evening. No love at all. I will put your suggestions to him. They might help to clarify it for him. Thank you. And, as before, I'd be grateful if you didn't speak to Darren about this until it is resolved.
All right.
Well, I think that's everything.
Right.
Thank you.
No problem.
Emma, come in. Sit down.
Thank you.
Have you spoken to Darren?
No, you told me not to.
Good. Quite right. Well, I thought you'd like to know that the situation has been resolved. I put your suggestions to him as to why those acts that he described might be done. He listened very carefully and just thought it over, and now, eventually, agreed that there is nothing romantic or sexual happening between you.
Oh.
Just so that you know.
Yes, thank you.
Is everything all right?
So can I speak to him now?
What, about this?
Yes.
Oh, better not. Not professional. Bad practice.
Yes, but,
Is everything all right?
yes.
Good.
So we just carry on?
Unless there's anything else.
Oh. No.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you.
Emma, come in. Sit down. How are things?
Good, thank you, and you?
I'm very well. Now, Darren has come to see me, and he has told me that you are having both a romantic and sexual relationship. Is this true?
Yes, it is, we are.
I see. Well, I wonder if you could outline the history and nature of the relationship for me.
We went for dinner once, and at the time I thought that I only wanted sex from him, but he was then subsequently told that, and consequently he backed away, and a few nights ago after work, we went to a bar.
The Wellington?
Yes.
Right.
You've spoken to Darren about this?
He's told me his side of the story.
Okay, well, we got very drunk and then went back to my place where we had sex, and we've been seeing each other for a week.
A week?
Yes.
But have waited until now to inform us.
We decided together.
Decided together to inform us now, after a week's work.
Yes.
Why?
We wanted to be confident in the definition of the relationship. We didn't want to cause any confusion. We've been monitoring it very carefully, and only now can we be confidently define the relationship in the way outlined in the contract.
But you are now confident with the definition.
Yes, we both are.
You and Darren?
Yes. We came to an agreed definition last night. Wait, didn't you talk to Darren about all of this?
Yes.
So why are we going over it again?
It's important for us to have a truthful picture, to take in all the views we can.
All right, well, we are both now having a sexual and romantic relationship.
I see.
Is that all right then, now that I've told you?
How was the sex?
I'm sorry?
The sex, how would you describe it? Was it good?
I don't have to tell you that.
It's important for us to know what kind of relationship you're having. A loving relationship with little or no sex creates an entirely different office dynamic than two coworkers in a relationship who have a healthy and regular sex life. So it is important for us to know how it was.
But I don't need to tell you this?
No, if we don't have the facts, we'll have to go off estimates. Assumptions. Would you rather I made assumptions?
It was good.
Right. Now, Darren has said excellent. Can we compromise on say very good? All right. I will put that to Darren to confirm. And how many times have you had sex this week?
4?
Right. Darren has said 5.
Oh, he must be counting something else.
What?
Just something else we did.
What?
I blew him.
All right. Well, I don't think that counts. I will give 4. Mention that to him as well, that you would say 4 and not 5. Do you love him?
Well, not yet.
Good. He said no too.
Right.
And how long do you see this lasting?
What did he say?
I'd rather you give me an honest answer.
Well, I don't know, about a year?
Right. He said a few weeks.
Oh,
Shall we split the difference and call it 6 months?
all right.
Which would make it last until mid-October.
Might not last that long.
Just keep me informed. And one more thing, are you thinking about children?
No.
Please, Emma, please be honest. Have you ever, in any way, thought about having a child with him?
Yes, I have once.
Right. When?
We were at a park at night, and he was sitting on the swings, and I thought he would make a good father.
Okay, but when?
2 nights ago, about 1 a.m. What did he say?
I'm sorry?
What did he answer to that question?
I can't tell you that.
Well, you told me the others.
Yes, but it's different with that question. It's a matter of confidentiality.
Oh.
Give me a minute. I have to add these up. Right. Now, I'll need to confirm this, but judging by what you've told us and the scores produced by that information, Darren will be relocated to Richmond.
Wait, that's miles away.
13 miles away. Company policy.
Oh.
Thank you for telling us, though, Hannah. At this stage, it makes things much easier.
Yeah, well, I had to, didn't I?
Yes, you did, but thank you all the same.
Are you going to tell him today?
Possibly. Well, I think that's everything.
Yes.
You can go now.
Right.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Emma, come in. Sit down. How are things? Fine. And Darren?
Fine.
Good, good. Now, I haven't seen you for a while. How are things in the office?
Fine.
Still getting on with everyone?
Yes.
Good. You've been with us for what? 8 months now. You'll have your yearly review coming up with a chance for a promotion and a pay raise.
Yes.
Will you be applying for those?
Yes, well, I need the money. I'm pregnant.
Yes, so I hear. Congratulations.
You knew?
Yes.
How? I only found out yesterday.
Think you told Sarah after the staff meeting this morning?
And she told you?
She brought it up earlier as she thought, correctly, that it would be relevant for our staff projections.
Shouldn't it be up to me to tell you?
I'm assuming you'll be wanting to take maternity leave at some point.
Yes.
So then you can see how it will be relevant for our staff projections. Is something the matter?
No.
Good. Now, what I wanted to talk to you about is next week.
Next week?
Next week. Next week is 6 months. The 22nd of October. 6 months since you and Darren informed us of your relationship.
Oh, right.
And you told us that it would last 6 months.
Well,
I'm just checking that we're still online for this because we are very excited to bring Darren back here.
you want us to split up?
As you told us you would on the 22nd of October.
Well, I mean, no. I mean, I'm pregnant.
Right?
It's his baby.
So you're not planning on ending your relationship with Darren next week?
No.
As you told us you would.
I mean, we were just guessing. Things have gone really well.
You see, Emma, that your employment and position in this company is founded upon you being transparent in your dealings with us. You told us the relationship would last 6 months. Was this not right?
Yes, about 6 months, but I mean...
Well, what is it now?
I'm sorry?
How long will it go on for now?
I don't know. I mean, I'm pregnant, so I was hoping forever.
Forever?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Yes. You see, Emma, this is a problem. This really lands us in it. We have based the plans for next year off of Darren being back at head office from October onwards. But if you and him are still having a romantic and sexual relationship, well, then we have a problem.
I'm sorry.
Right. Okay. Yes. Well, I'm sorry, Emma, but this is just unacceptable to just go back on this. I think you and Darren need to have a conversation about what you want to do, because if things continue as they are, we will have to dismiss you both for professional misconduct and fraud.
But we were just guessing.
They both have a blot on your records, no reference, and I'm sure you agree you'll find it very difficult to find alternative employment the way things are these days. The way things are.
Oh.
Jobs like this just don't grow on trees.
No, I know.
Not these days.
No.
There are hundreds of applicants for every position. Emma.
I know.
So you should talk to Darren about what you want to do.
Yes.
Because we don't want to lose him. Or you.
Yes. Can I go now?
Yes. Just come back when you've decided.
All right.
Emma, come in. Sit down. How are things?
Good. I spoke to Darren and we made a decision.
Good.
We decided to split up. We don't want to cause any problems, and we both want to stay.
It was what we agreed, wasn't it? I'm very impressed by your and Darren's commitment to standing by this.
Do you need to know what I said? What happened when I told him?
No?
Well, we were having lunch in the canteen. He was eating lasagna and I was having the vegetable curry. I told him what you had said, and he said that we would have to leave, that he couldn't bear the thought of not being with me. And he held my hand and told me that no one could pull us apart, that we could find a way to make it work, that he would protect me, and that we could live as a family somehow. But I said that with a baby, we can't afford to be out of work, not with the way things are these days. And I said we had to split up so that we could have money, because you can't live any life without money, can you? But he wouldn't agree, and I just kept on having to say that we had to think of the baby, that we had to think of the baby first. And then he started to cry, and I pulled my hand away, and we sat there for about 5 minutes not saying anything until he got up and left, which I think was the decision made. Maybe you didn't need to know all of that, but I just wanted to tell you.
I've got that you sat together without saying anything for 10 minutes.
What?
You said 5.
Well, it could have been 10. I don't know. How do you know?
The whole building's monitored for safety and fair practice at work.
You monitor everything.
Everything relevant, yes. Just as well. So it was 10 minutes.
Yes?
Good. Well, thank you for coming and telling me that. Is there anything else?
No, I just wanted to tell you
Yes.
that you already knew.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Emma, come in. Sit down. How are you?
Fine.
And little Steven, is it?
Yes, he's fine too.
Oh, good. It's good to have you back after what? 3 months?
It's good to be back.
And everything went well? The birth? You don't have to answer that. I was just making conversation.
Yeah, it all went fine, thank you.
Good. And thank you for informing us of your pregnancy. It made life a lot easier for us. And you got your maternity leave.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Full maternity leave.
Thank you.
And once again, I'm very sorry the promotion didn't work out.
It's all right, maybe next time.
Yes, maybe. How are you managing? For money? With a son? Just small talk.
I mean, it's not easy, but his father gives us money.
Good, good. Darren, isn't it?
Yes.
That's good. And he can't afford it with all his hard work.
Yes, Darren sees Stephen every week.
But there's nothing happening you feel the need to tell me about.
No, we don't speak anymore, don't worry.
What about when he collects the... Stephen. Sorry. Stephen.
Well, yes, I see Darren then, but we don't do anything more than just speak for a few minutes.
Are you sure?
Yes. Do you have children? Just small talk.
The thing is, Emma, that the reason I've called you in here is that the company has looked at your and Darren's situation and concluded that your relationship can still be characterized as partly sexual.
But we stopped.
Please,
for you,
Emma.
Remember? We stopped.
Please, Emma.
We stopped, remember?
Let me finish. You see, the presence of a child produced through sex means that this will not change. Darren is the father of your son, and as long as this son continues to live, it is the embodiment in the purest sense of a continuing, partly sexual relationship. Therefore,
As long as he continues to live?
what? Oh, no.
What are you saying?
Please, Emma, no.
No. What do you want me to do? Kill him? Kill my son to end the sexual relationship? Oh my God.
Please, Emma, don't be ridiculous. No. We must assume that your son will continue to live and to live with you, and that the sexual bond between yourself and Darren will similarly continue.
All right.
But we don't want to lose him. Or you, no. You're very good at your jobs.
Yes.
So we're going to relocate Darren.
Again.
No. Is it?
No. Oh. All right. Relocate him again. This will solve the problem. Reduce the risk of any favoritism or inappropriate behavior. Unhelpful social contact in the workplace.
Where to?
I'm sorry?
Where are you going to relocate him to?
Oh, Kiev.
Kiev?
Kiev. Where's Kiev? The Ukraine.
Where's the Ukraine?
Near Russia.
Russia?
Russia, it's North
I know where Russia is, but for how long?
Indefinitely.
But he won't be able to see his son.
That's true. That will help as well.
Wait, no, he won't agree to this.
He already has. Short of dismissing you both, which we really don't want to do, this was the only option. Darren understood that.
What about Stephen?
Who is Stephen?
My son. Darren's son.
Oh, yes?
He won't be able to see his father as he grows up.
That's not the company's concern. That is a private matter.
No, it is the company's concern because without access to his son, Darren will become depressed and he won't work so effectively. And I'll have to deal with Stephen missing his father, and that'll cause me stress. Maybe my work won't be so productive, so it is the company's concern.
Our research doesn't suggest any of that. We don't think it will be a problem. But, as you know, we do keep these things monitored, and if your sales figures started to decline after Darren is relocated, then
you'll bring him back.
Then we can consider your suitability for this company. But I doubt that's going to happen. Your sales figures are always excellent, much like Darren. It would be a shame if anything were to affect them.
Is that what you want?
Yes. And, as before, I'd be grateful if you didn't speak to Darren about this. There's no need, and it will just complicate matters.
So, can I go now?
Yes. Do come and see me if you have any problems. Emma, come in. Sit down.
Thank you.
How are you?
Better.
We're very sorry. We all are.
Yes, thank you.
Did you receive the complimentary flowers?
Yes.
How was the funeral?
Small?
Just a few relatives?
Yeah, I wish Darren could have been there.
Well, yes, but obviously that's impossible.
Why? Stephen's dead now. Doesn't matter.
Who's Stephen?
My son.
Oh, yes, Stephen, right. Well, you see, this is actually it, Emma. We are simply desperate to bring Darren back from Kiev.
Back here?
Yes.
Oh,
We think that the company would benefit from his experience.
yes.
And you would appreciate him as a colleague again, wouldn't you?
Yes.
You two always worked well together.
Yes.
But we have a problem, which is this. See, as long as your and Darren's son is alive, there exists a sexual bond between you which complicates and jeopardizes the work environment.
But I told you our son is dead now.
So you say, but we only know this because you've told us, which really isn't enough for our lawyers. We require proof.
Well, I'll bring in the death certificate tomorrow.
Thank you, it's very kind, Emma, but I'm afraid legally we have to have consistent policy internationally, and some countries' certificates of death are less reliable than others, I'm sure you can imagine. So I'm afraid legally that isn't enough. We require the actual body.
The body?
Yes, so that our scientists can check that it is the right child, check that it is indeed deceased, match its DNA with you and Darren's.
Wait, you have my DNA?
Oh, yes. This is just legal requirement, really.
I told you we buried him. He's in the ground now.
Yes, I'm sorry. There was no one available to deal with this over the weekend. Is there anything you could do to help us out?
You want me to dig him up?
I'm sure you wouldn't have to do it yourself.
Yeah, no, I can't do that.
Because we really need Darren back here, and we think you do too. To assist with sales, obviously.
Yes.
Do you want to make a few phone calls? See what you can do?
All right.
Let me know how you get on. Emma, come in. Sit down. How are things? What's this? Oh.
You wanted to see it.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Emma. I will pass this on. Now, as it turns out, I'm afraid Darren has decided to stay in Kiev.
What?
He's decided he'd rather not relocate back here. Says he has nothing to come back for.
What?
Which we really don't agree with. It is a real pain.
No, but I've given you this. I've given you what you wanted. Can you order him?
We're not the army, Emma. We don't give out orders.
Well, I can go there now. Now that you have what you wanted, I can be relocated to Kiev.
We don't need you in Kiev. We need you here. We don't just relocate people for fun.
I don't have anything here for me anymore. My baby's dead. Does that mean anything to you?
You have excellent prospects.
Do you care?
Care? Yes. We have a duty of care to all our employees. I could grab you a leaflet.
I can't leave this company. As you said, I wouldn't find another job.
No.
So that'll be the end. Do you care? I did it myself. Yeah, I dug him up myself. I went there right after work, and I only had a little spade, but I dug all night. Took out the coffin, brought him out, brought him to you. I did it all myself. That was important. But it's not my baby now, is it? It's just neat. So do what you want with it. I don't want it back. Do you have children?
I don't see how that's relevant, Emma.
No.
I think that's it.
Do you bleed? Can I go now?
Yes. Are you all right, Emma? If you wanted to see the company's psychiatrist.
I'm not crazy. Actually, I'm not sure.
Not sure about what?
That you bleed. Thank you.
Emma, come in. Sit down. How are things? Is something the matter? Emma, come in. Sit down. How are things?
I'm going to leave.
I see. Why?
I hate you.
All right. Why?
I don't know anything about who you are. You don't tell me anything about who you are.
I'm your manager.
What's your name? What's even your name?
Why do you want to know my
You
name?
know my name.
I'm your manager.
So why can't I know your name?
It's not relevant to know my name.
Then what do I call you? What do I call you? God, that is important. What do I call you?
You don't have to call me anything, Emma.
I don't know anything about who you are. Do you have children?
I don't see how that's relevant, Emma.
I bet you're not married.
Emma.
I bet you're really fucking lonely. yeah, you don't have sex, do you? You just work. But I bet when you go to bed at night, but you're really lonely. Yeah, just tell me the truth. You're so lonely, aren't you?
Emma, calm down.
I am calm.
No. Emma, calm down. We are worried about you, Emma. For whatever reason, losing your baby seems to have affected your judgment.
Why do you care?
We have a duty of care to all our employees.
Are my sales figures down?
You've been tapping the side of your computer while you work. You've been touching your hair more than often. Your breathing has become deeper.
Are my sales figures down?
And now you say you want to leave altogether.
Yeah, but are my sales figures
It's
down?
out of character. Yes, your sales figures are down. Maybe you should see the company's psychiatrist.
No.
Emma, please.
What?
You seem agitated.
I just want to get out. That's all I want to do.
I see.
There's nothing wrong with me.
You say you want to leave,
There's
but
nothing wrong
there
with
is
me.
no reason for you to leave.
Except
is
that I
there?
want to.
But it doesn't make any sense.
But I want to.
Exactly. So you can see why I'm concerned.
Just
Maybe you should see someone.
let me go.
I can't stop you leaving.
Right. Thank you. Thanks. Bye.
As soon as you're well, you can make a decision.
I am well.
That's what you think.
I am well. I'm going.
I think you should see someone, come back, and we'll have another talk.
You can't stop me from leaving.
No, I can't.
Thank you.
But if you leave employment without agreed resignation, we will have to sue you for breach of contract.
You'll sue me.
Yes,
You.
the company.
You.
The company.
No. You. You're a person, you know. You could just let me go if you wanted to.
I'm following policy.
No, you're making a decision.
I'm following policy. You're not well.
Yes, I am.
That's what you think.
How do you know what I think?
We've been monitoring you very
Oh,
closely.
so you
Emma.
think you know me better than I do?
We can see what's wrong.
I'm fine.
No, you're not.
Do I need to see someone?
I think that's best.
What will he do?
Help you.
How?
He'll help you to get over Darren and the baby. He'll help you not to worry. He'll help you to focus. He'll help you to be a success.
Like you?
Yes. Isn't that what you want?
No.
What else is there?
Mess, play, failure. Your breathing just got deeper.
All right.
Yes.
All right to see someone? Emma?
Yes.
Good. 6:15 tomorrow, right after work.
All right.
Take this along. Is there anything else?
No.
Emma, come in. Sit down. How are things?
Fine.
Good, good. And how are things at work?
Good, thank you.
Tell me.
Well, my sales figures are back to normal after the meeting with the doctor. My concentration is far better now. I think it's all going very well, thank you.
We do have a duty of care to all our employees. Everyone gets ill occasionally. It's important that you stay healthy, that the environment you work in is safe, that you feel comfortable and secure, that you feel balanced, safe, and in control. Do you feel comfortable in the office now?
Yes.
You feel safe?
Yes.
You get on with everyone?
Yes.
No problems, no arguments,
No.
disagreements.
No.
So you're all friends?
Yes.
Good. Well, that all sounds fine. So there are no problems?
No.
Nothing out of the ordinary?
No.
No worries, concerns, distractions?
No. It's all fine.
Good. It's all fine. Would you like to take this opportunity to talk to me about anything else?
No, thank you.
Good. Well, that's all then. Thank you.
Thank you.